Good Saturday morning, and welcome to another exciting edition of Outdoors with Larry Ray on 790 The Bet. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency, B&M Poles, and Ducks Unlimited. Now, here's your host, Larry Ray.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome to Outdoors with Larry Ray as we celebrate this Christmas show as we do every year. And it's always one of my favorite shows, and it's also a celebration show. My wife is in the studio, Miriam, with us this Saturday morning. We recently celebrated our 59th wedding anniversary.
All right.
Yeah, how about that? Yes, with me that long. That's something else. So, it's just so good, so good. And the studio is full. I look around the room, everybody is so bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, wherever that came. It sounded like a squirrel talk. I don't know, bushy-tailed. But we got 9 people in here this morning. 9 friends that's helped celebrate this annual Christmas show. Now, there is one person missing. He's home ill. Buck Gardner would normally be with us, and we're trying to hook up with Buck to play Jingle Bells on his duck call. But let me go around the horn here with this group here. This is a famous group. To my left, as you realize from left to right on your radio dial, is the one and only Guy Trebo, webmaster for LarryRay.com. Good morning, Guy. He's shaking his head. And then, as you know, we need to have some law enforcement in the room when we do Larry Ray. So we got 2 in here. We got a young man that will always be a young man to me because he grew up on my street in Bartlett. And that's good to see Vic Thayer Jr., we'll say in there. Good morning, Vic.
Good morning.
There he goes. He's got his Shelby County outfit on. And right next to him is the lame duck TWA law enforcement officer who drove up with his dog in the back of the car along with a fellow companion.
You got my Bucky's hat.
There he is, Andy Tweed. Good morning, Andy.
Good morning. Good Saturday morning to you.
And you brought along a friend of ours over there who's been on this show since it started. Mr. Joseph Gene Smith. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
There he is,
The one and only.
the one and only pun master. And then we're not through yet. You know, we got one more over there.
I had to bring him in handcuffs.
You had to bring him in the handcuffs. But we have the man himself. He's over there. He would normally be in the duck blind, just like Vic would be in the deer stand. Andy'd be in the duck blind. They're sacrificing on this Saturday morning. One of our favorite people, he'd normally be at Walmart, really, playing that saxophone. We've got Hoot Hazelgrove over there. Good morning, Hoot.
How you doing?
There he goes. He said it. And, of course, Shelby McCall has taken control of all of us. Miriam's sitting over the corner. And we'll have, hopefully, Frank Barton here a little bit later. Frank, this is his regular time, the 3rd Saturday. And Frank will be in here with us on this annual Christmas show. We're having a little phone problems, which makes it, but we do have enough chairs for mostly everybody. But I appreciate all of you folks being here. All y'all are special folks with Outdoors with Larry Ray. And, 25 years next year, and we really want to welcome our 3 triumphant sponsors for 2025. You'll hear all about that. TWRA is, of course, back. It's been with us a long time, Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency. But we'll have B&M Poles, a good friend Jack Wells out of West Point, Mississippi. And then a sponsor I've been hoping to get for a long time is Ducks Unlimited, based right here in Memphis. So starting in January, they will become part of the show. And I recommend that you go to the big show, as Ed Sullivan would say. And we're having trouble getting Buck. But, we might just call Buck on my cell and put it up to the microphone here and have him call. That's what we're trying to do, all right? Why don't you use that, Shelby, and call Buck and tell him to call the number, all right? Shelby McCall will take care of this. We need to get a festive attitude. Now, my wife made brownies, special brownies, just for y'all. My back's hurting, my tooth's hurting. Andy's over there with a back problem. But we will definitely have a photograph of this group because
On the wanted poster?
Particularly Andy. Andy has on his Bucky's cap, and I didn't know his hair was braided like that on the sides. I didn't I did. Look at the little pigtails.
Yeah.
Oh, you look so cute.
All right.
Is that Hutch's hat or is
This
that?
is Hutch's hat. He
Okay,
does not
I just
know
wanted to
have
make
it.
I just wanted to make sure that we knew that. But of course, Gene's over there, my pun master, and Hoot is here. But we're going to hook up with Buck as soon as we can. But guys, appreciate y'all being here. Guys
appreciate
enjoying the brownies as we took on this. Andy,
Somebody didn't give me one.
they're over there, aren't they?
Had 3.
Huh?
Oh, okay.
You had 3? No, somebody had 3. I don't know about that. But let's can we start the show with some music? Hoot, can we start the show with some music? Get us in the mood. Hey, here goes Hoot. Let's go, Hoot. All right. All right, how about a round of applause for the one and only Hoot Hazelgrove over there. Thank you, Hoot. And if y'all notice, he brought his tip bucket when you get through here today. He's got it out over, drop something in there like the red kettle for Hoot. Yeah. And, hey, we do have on the line right now one of my favorite people. And I always kid this guy. You know, we had Seth Fields on here a couple of weeks ago. He won the 2024 World Championship duck calling contest.
He sure did, and he won the what they call the cut down or
the cut down on Friday night.
Yep.
And you know he mentioned this guy coming on the radio right now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's one of his heroes.
Yep.
And this guy's been a hero for this show for so many years. And that's the only one. If I say Merle Gardner, I mean, he'll know who we're talking about. But we'd rather say Buck Gardner. Hey, Buck, Merry Christmas, Buck.
Merry Christmas to you, Larry.
Well, we're sorry you're a little under the weather, Buck Gardner, but tradition has to go on, and Buck's good enough on this show. We're not going to keep him long, but Buck has got his call with him. I wonder if he's got Hoot's got one of your calls he brought with him. Buck, I want you to know he's got one of your calls over there. But
All right.
yeah, but Buck, every Christmas on this show for I don't know how many years, you've done a traditional song that and Hoot, we appreciate you
Jingle
playing.
bells.
Yeah, we appreciate you, Hoot, doing Frosty the Snowman a while ago. That wasn't Frosty, was it? No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
I think it was the Grinch, wasn't
It
it?
was the Grinch, no. But Jingle Bells on the Duck Call is a tradition on Outdoors of Larry Ray. How about let's give it a try, Buck. Go with it.
All right. Let's see.
That is it, Buck Gardner.
Hey,
All right.
way to go, Buck, buddy.
Way to go, Buck. You're getting a round of applause here, Buck. You got Andy
Hey,
Tweed.
God bless y'all.
And we love you, Buck. You get well, buddy, and we'll talk to you. Merry Christmas to you, man. Thank you for doing that.
Merry Christmas, all y'all. Ho, ho, ho.
Oh,
Merry Christmas,
Merry
Buck.
Christmas.
Thank you, Buck Gardner. All right.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye. Man, what a guy. He is, it took him 13 times to win that world championship.
Right.
And then he won the world championship, and he won the champion of champions after that. And he's just a special person, and just to have him do that, because he's not feeling good, but he got up for that, and everybody knows that that's part of the show. And so appreciate everybody. Now, I know we're going to go around this room today. You're going to have to say something, Guy, besides, hey, good morning. Okay, get ready.
He's still eating Miss Miriam's brownies.
Is he? How many? I mean, he's licking the plate right now. But Vic, thank you for coming. Your
Hey, thank
family
you.
has meant a lot to our family on Alpha Ree Street in
That's
Bartlett, and you
Many
and
years.
Belinda and your dad Vic Senior, a part of it, and you have come with your uniform. Tell our listeners what you do.
I am a civil warrants officer for Shelby County, and I just go out and serve on the civil part of it. The warrants, and
You come from a police family.
I do. I've got a long bloodline of blue out there,
You do, yeah,
and
because your dad was
he's a
policeman.
retired commander
yes,
with the city of Memphis. I've got my sister Valinda, which
Yeah.
you just made mention of.
yeah.
She retired from the Memphis Police Department 3 or 4 months ago, and
Yes.
now she is an inspector out at the Millington
Yes, she
Police
is.
Department.
Yeah.
Her daughter's on the Memphis Police Department. Her daughter's husband's on the Memphis Police Department, and I've got a stepbrother on the Memphis Police Department.
The man bleeds blue,
Yeah,
and Andy
and orange.
and
Go Vols.
there you go.
I had to get that in there.
Yeah, then of course
We're gonna watch 'em tonight at 8 o'clock.
That's enough. And then Andy, of course, is wearing he bleeds. What do we call that color? I mean, what is that?
Olive drab.
Olive drab. Well, we're going to come right back, and we're going to talk to Andy, too, as we go around the room. But this is Outdoors with Larry Ray. We're going to have a lot of fun, a lot of information on this Christmas show, and we'll get to the Pun Master over there, and we'll get to Frank later. And the man from Toon, Tennessee, made my day by agreeing to come in because he's a busy guy. So let's take a break. We'll be right back as we celebrate Christmas. There you go. Hey, open the window. Open the window.
Cut them, boys. Cut them.
Yeah, we'll shoot them. Shoot them. We'll be right back. Bye.
Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray, brought to you by the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency, B&M Poles, and Ducks Unlimited.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on this special December 21st Christmas show, and we're going around the horn, as we say, and we've already talked to Vic Thayer, and we've got a Guy Trebo. We haven't talked to Guy. Tell the listeners a little about the website, Guy. Huh? No, get the microphone. Tell them about the website. We're coming to Andy in a minute. He can hold on.
Do they not know what it is already?
No, we can never plug it enough. If they want to be
LarryRay.com.
yes,
Yeah.
and it changes every week, right?
Does change every week.
And there's-
We put all the shows up there every week.
And
The most
information.
recent shows, lots of information, news stories. We got photos. We have videos. We
And-
can, if you want to sign up and advertise.
There
with us,
you
can
go.
do
That's
that.
what I was
Is that-
waiting for.
Why didn't you just say, tell them about advertising on Outdoors with Larry?
I thought that would come to
It was
you.
like,
you know?
get to the point.
Thank you, Guy. But
yeah,
Guy, of course, you folks know him from. He's been the radio industry for a long time.
Down the middle.
Down the middle was
show.
before us for how many years were you on?
16.
16 years.
I didn't think you would ever catch us.
I didn't.
Really
but
didn't.
I
And
did.
now it's been 20,
we're
we're
coming
going on
up on-
25 years.
Yeah, but
And I've been doing the site for about 21.
you have been.
I begged you to let me build that site.
And you've built it. So if you're looking for a good site, go to Larry Ray. And how do you spell Ray?
REA.
Yes, the correct way. Thank you, Guy.
That's great
It is great.
with capital
With
REA.
the REA in the middle of that. And now we get to Bucky. I mean, we get to Andy. I'm sorry. Go to our LarryRay.com. We'll have pictures of all these people, and you won't recognize. Andy, tell our listeners what's your official capacity is. TWRA.
Just Shelby County Wildlife Officer.
And you've been doing it for how long?
31 years.
And when are you retiring?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
No, I'm gonna go to the end of February, 1st of March, somewhere right in there.
Okay.
Nailing down a date probably next week, and then we'll be done. But I want to get back to Buck Gardner real quick.
Okay.
What a dear friend.
Yes.
I met Buck about 25, 28 years ago, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
And you remember when he opened up his store,
Oh,
his,
yeah.
down the street here at the
Yeah.
Army Depot.
Yeah.
Anytime we had a youth function,
Yeah.
And it didn't matter, and the Wounded Warrior stuff. In fact, we had some Wounded Warriors out of the 101st Airborne out of Kentucky.
I remember.
And we took them over to Arkansas and got them on a really nice duck hunt. And Buck came over, gave these guys duck calling instructions and gave out calls and all that. But every time I'd go to the office, if I needed anything for anybody anywhere, he was on it immediately. And
he would do that, wouldn't he?
Yeah, wonderful guy. So, and like I told, we talked about this last week, that, in this job and here in Shelby County, it's a difficult county to be in, but you bump into so many wonderful people every day. Yeah. And Buck is one of them. He's a dear friend.
Buck is one of those, and I tell that story on Buck, and he would know if I was here, I would tell it. He told me one time, he makes those wood duck calls, Hoot. Those wood duck calls. Do you have one of those, Hoot? You got a wood duck call? Huh? Well, make some noise, that wood duck call. That's it. Hear that? Well, Buck would give those to the kids every place he went. And then he would charge the parents $10 to give them back. I'm just saying, because a wood duck call is the distinctive call, but appreciate that, Andy. And then, of course, my man over there, it's Eugene. I mean, you are a special person, Gene Smith, and thank you for being a part of this show since we first went on the air. It wouldn't be right not having this show without you on it. Thank you for Andy for picking up Mr. Smith and bringing him from his bunker out there in Fraser, Raleigh, that he lives. Appreciate you, Gene.
Yes, sir. Enjoy it. Speaking of the wood duck calls,
here we go.
One time at Germantown Baptist Church, we had a thing out there and had a box of those wood duck calls, and they forgot to give them away, and guess who wound up with them?
You did.
I did. I still got a handful of them.
You still got a handful. Yeah. You can actually use those things to ward off intruders.
Oh, of course. But you're talking about
what kind of monster it is.
Yeah.
You're talking about you having back trouble and Andy having back trouble?
Yeah.
I've been having some bad dreams. I went to the doctor the other day and told my grandpa I was at the airport, and I want to know if that was terminal.
All right, we got to move on. Get on over here. Hoot, you got to get on a microphone. Give Hoot a microphone, some way to talk, because this man's, folks, you know, I mean, Ricky's his name, but no, we're not blowing that thing yet. I want to hear you talk. Come over here and talk to me. Talk to me, Hoot. I mean, tell our listeners out there, this is a ex-Marine. How long in the
Former.
Former.
There is no such
as
an ex-Marine.
Golly, my best friend's a Marine, and he said the same thing. How long were you in the Marines?
20 years active, 10 in the Fleet Reserve. Thank you for your
service. How about that, folks?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And from Toone, Tennessee, and the story, you're still going to South Carolina every year, right?
Every year, 29th year, guiding with Blackwater Hunting Services. I'm the turkey guide.
Yes.
This will be my 29th year. I hope to be able to do it till I can't walk or talk.
And you've overcome some obstacles, Hoot.
Big time.
Tell our listeners, I mean, this is share all at Christmas, because there's a lot of people that I didn't know if I'd be here at Christmas during my deal and things like that, but tell our listeners.
4 years ago, I went to the doctor, and all of a sudden there was more doctor's appointments, and then there was specialists, and then there was this, and 3 years ago I was diagnosed with lung cancer.
Yes.
I'm still kicking.
You're still kicking.
Amen.
He is kicking good, too. He is kicking good, and normally he would be in the duck blind. He'll go right after this, and then one thing about Hoot, he loves to take kids, right, Hoot?
That's correct. Matter of fact, we just had a monstrous first-time youth hunters expo for the Hatchie River.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, it was a monstrous turnout. I donated a duck hunt, a lot of donations for deer and coon hunting, you name it, that stuff.
Yeah.
But they're already planning the next one in September, and it's going to be monstrous. I think it's one of the grandest things that's happened in that county if you're a hunter, outdoor type person.
Yeah.
It's going to be a biggie.
How many kids did y'all have, you think?
I think they guesstimated total is like 300, but that's with parents or guardians or whatever.
Yeah.
For a first time, and there was people, several states got involved with that, and families come from several different states.
Yeah. And it's an amazing thing what Hoot, and I know Andy's dog, what's the name of your dog, Andy?
Slick Top.
Slick Top is out in his truck. Diesel, doing okay?
Diesel's finer than Frog Lip.
How old is Diesel now?
Well, That's a real short version on that.
Yeah.
We have the same birthday, June 15th.
I thought so, yeah.
He's 5.
Yeah.
He'll be 6 June. I put him on Facebook, happy birthday to Diesel.
Yeah.
He gets more views and replies than I do. Bow wow.
Bow wow. Well, Hoot, thank you for being here. We're going to do some more music with Hoot. And then when Frank gets here, I know he's got some stories to tell, but Christmas time is one of those time that we can reminisce and look back and think how fortunate we are to live in a country that we can celebrate the outdoors, and that's what this show is all about. You know, is talking outdoors, and it's just been a fun event every year that we've done this. And I know Gene was there with Ronnie Shannon for our first show. It's hard to believe, and next year's 25. It's just the sponsors have taken off, and when I look around the room right now, and you know, made new friends, old friends. Hoot coming all the way from Toon to be here. Andy, of course, and Vic with their uniforms and the way they serve, what they do, and of course, when we went to the website, Guy, we have a special relationship as far as friendship with Guy and me. We're both sons of car salesmen, so we know that. Of course, you know Mr. Joe Trebo was with the FedEx St. Jude Bass Classic. I wish he was. No, with the St. Jude Golf Tournament. I think of that all the time like that. But and then Shelby's now in probably, 6 years now, Shelby?
About 6 or 7.
6 or 7 years with that. And, of course, Frank Barton's been here, did a great job at the Arca-Butler Physically Late Challenge Deer Hunt. Frank was down there. Ron Wong was down there. Go to LarryRay.com. You can see all of Wong's pictures, and including the food pictures and things along that.
I was going to say, how many pictures of food did you get?
Well, it was good. And we're going to have that company. He actually, that steak company was down there donating steaks to all these. Invited. Well, you could have gone down there. They need volunteers. Put it on your calendar next year. They feed all those people, 70 physically challenged deer hunters there for one weekend, and 35 one weekend, 35 is, and we'll have Rob Hoff on after the first of the year to explain. Those guys are amazing. But anyway, that company out of this area fed those people steaks that Ron and Frank said were just out of the. Nobody pays a dime. Nobody pays a dime, and they're in the member-making business, which we are here too in what we've done this past year. I'm proud of our accomplishments, that we're still on the air after all these years. We haven't been kicked off or anything like that. We've been ticked off a couple of times, but we haven't been kicked off. But anyway, if you need information, go to tnwildlife.org, right? If you need to go something about the outdoors of Larry Ray, you go to LarryRay.com. And if you need to know any kind of pun, give us a pun, Gene, as we close out this segment.
All right, this friend of mine's wife asked him, said, everything ever happened to you, would you give my clothes away? He said, I guess I would. What about my makeup? Yeah. What about my golf clubs? He said, no, she's left-handed.
Oh, me. All right, let's, Hoot, where are you, Hoot? Give us a little music as we close out here. Just a little short snippet, and we're going to be right back on the Outdoors of Larry. Let's let Hoot take us out of this segment. We'll be right back on Outdoors of Larry Ray.
Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray, brought to you by the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency, B&M Poles, and Ducks Unlimited.
Hey, you know, I was going to introduce this section, but the man has walked in the studio that does such a great job right off the top of his head. We were going to hold the show up for 30 minutes, but we couldn't do this on the third Saturday of each month without Frank Barton, and Frank is here. Frank, I'm putting you on the spot. How about introducing this segment?
Good Saturday morning, everyone.
Yeah.
Once again, it is the award-winning Outdoors with Larry Ray show. All things that you want to know about the outdoors, you can find in the fastest 90 minutes in outdoor broadcasting. And now, without further ado, the one and only, the oracle of the outdoors, Larry Ray.
Hey, how about that, man?
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't even read that either. He said just came right out of it. Hey,
That's
muscle
muscle memory right there.
And that you recognize that voice too. That's Don King, the theme song man for Outdoors for Larry Ray for all these years.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how long that theme song has been around. Does anybody know our original theme song before we talk to Don
Smoke
here?
on the water.
There it goes, Smoke on the Water.
Yeah.
By Purple somebody or something.
Deep Purple.
Deep Purple. Yeah. That was our theme song. And then here comes Don King and the Road Crew and Second Nature or whatever he was at that time. And came up with this wonderful theme song. The only problem, it lasts 12 minutes. So we've had to cut it back a little bit, some of the verses. But Don King, thank you. And Frank, good to have you in the studio, Frank. Appreciate you. We've talked to everybody. And Frank, you've been a part of this show for so many years. I was trying to figure it out. I ran a picture on Facebook of me and Miriam and Frank in his airboat. And I understand after that picture ran that Andy gave you a ticket for no license. So, I just wanted to make sure, Frank, that was...
Don't see too many airboats out on the Mississippi River.
No, you don't, particularly with me in it.
But they are fun.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah. But, Don, I know you're a busy man with your communication, and TWRA, man, has changed over our many years. I appreciate the TWRA being a part of this show for so long. And we'll continue that in 2025 as we celebrate 25 years on the air. But again, we kid about it, but Don is a dear friend of this show. And like I say, the theme song is great. But when Don is able to come over, we make him bring his guitar. And so Don, this is Christmas time, Don. Now we got the Hooter over here. Not the Hooter. That's a restaurant. We got the Hoot man over here. Hoot Hazelgrove with his saxophone. We got Shelby going to play her trumpet. We couldn't do this Christmas special show, without a little Don King. You got something for us that you can play for us?
Yeah.
Here we go.
You know what? In honor of an anniversary that I've heard about recently.
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
About 59 years, you and Miriam, right?
Yeah, we were 12 when we got married. Go ahead.
Yep, that's right. Still going strong.
Well, I don't know about that. But...
I'm gonna send this one out to you. This is one I wrote for Alan Jackson.
Really? Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
He never recorded it, but we wrote it for him.
Okay. Well, no, we'll take it. Go, Don.
All right. Here we go. You ready?
We're ready.
You asked me to sit down and write out a list. 'Cause Christmas is just round the corner. You're wanting to find me the most perfect gift. That special one just made to order. Honey, I can't say of anything, 'cause my wish is already come true. Hear you say you love me with my arms wrapped around you. What do you do to the man who has everything? There ain't another thing I'll ever need. My eyes are on, not under the Christmas tree. So tell old Saint Nick, don't waste a dime on me.
All right. Thank you, Don. Thank you. It almost got there. We're making a diamond into a coal. What was that song? The diamond.
I couldn't care less if the neighbors drop by.
Oh.
And I see one single present. They can't understand how all the year round we love with that old Christmas spirit.
Yes.
So let's light a fire in the fireplace. watch the new falling snow, spend the entire holiday under the old mistletoe. What do you give to the man who has everything? There ain't another thing I'll ever need. My eyes are on you, not under the Christmas tree. So tell old Saint Nick, don't waste a dime on me. That's for you, Larry,
That's,
the man who has everything.
Oh, hey, thank you, Don. Yeah, me and the mistletoe, we get around a while. I can tell you that. Mine's kind of fading away, but it's. Thank you, Don King, and appreciate
you betcha.
Appreciate for everything, your friendship over the years, and Merry Christmas to you, buddy. We just wanted to
Merry Christmas to you, and
tell you,
and it's an honor for us to follow you with the Tennessee Wildcast right after your show. That's
what we want, folks, right here on AM 790 every Saturday morning. Just listen to that, and know that if you need any information, go to tnwildlife.org. Hope you and your family have a blessed Christmas, Don. Thank you for your friendship, buddy, and we'll talk to you next year, okay?
Merry Christmas to you, Larry, and everybody listening in today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Don.
Merry Christmas,
All right.
Don.
All right.
God bless you.
All right. Don King, we appreciate Don and what he's meant to this show over the years. And, you know, we get to this, and this is a lot about family, but I gotta throw in something here, too, I'm dropping off something to Vic that I'm going to let him work on. Vic is a master of.
Watch it now.
Yeah, I am watching. I'm trying to term this right, but he's an artist. You know, I mean, I know what a great fisherman he is and what he's been. I appreciate the job he does. I love his family. My son's always talking about the Thayers. My son Jason knows that he drives up and down the street, and Mr. Thayer's still there, you know, in the same spot. But Vic also has a talent, and a lot of folks during this deer season are utilizing Vic's talent. One time he said he was working on 17. Tell our listeners what you do as a sidelight, Vic.
Well, I am a licensed taxidermist. This is on the side, of course.
Yes.
I do Euro mounts.
Yes.
I do them on all different types of wildlife. But nobody bring me any alligators anymore.
No.
I've done a couple of those. And
Andy will get those.
I won't
for you.
do those anymore. But
okay.
I do, 75 to 100 head a year.
Wow. Yeah.
And right now I'm probably up in the 50 range right now of deer heads.
And when you say a Euro mount, somebody may not know exactly what that is.
All right, a Euro mount is just a skull mount.
Yeah.
It doesn't have any hair or hide on it. It's just a skull mount on a deer or bobcat or whatever someone brings.
But a deer right now we're thinking about, when I talked to my good buddy Dave Payne out there at Pipe Dreams Farms, where my deer, I picked it up yesterday.
Dave is a great guy.
By 8 Point, I got my deer yesterday, and I'm depositing the antlers. I said horns one time and said, no, that's what Shelby plays. That's what, these are antlers.
You take your deer to Europe. Because you got to take it to Europe first
for a European.
A European mount done.
Yeah, I'm taking it to Paris.
If y'all hadn't seen Vic's work, he's an artist. He's not just a taxidermy. He's an artist.
He is. I just said that, and his price just went a double.
I'm just backing you up.
Yeah.
Well, for Larry, it does go up.
It goes up. Yeah.
Larry, he did my son's first deer.
Did he?
Hutch killed a buck a couple of years ago.
I remember.
He did it, and he put it in this kind of a shadow box deal and put a little grass and stuff in there. It's beautiful. I love
just finished this one yesterday.
Oh,
that was for a 13-year-old. That was.
Can we?
I'm sorry.
Can we see that?
That was actually a 7-year-old's first deer that he killed.
That's beautiful.
Let's see.
And
oh my goodness, folks! As you visualize this is a mount with a flag behind it, with a frame around
an
it.
American flag.
American flag behind it. Yeah, it's done that, and I'm still boasting. People they want to see my granddaughter. Well, she's 28. I show them a deer first right now. Okay, because after 25 years, I killed another buck. Everybody knows that, of course. It's all over town.
That's the first I've heard of.
Is that the first you've heard of?
He killed it with his truck.
Yeah, kill it with I backed over it and then hit it going forward, So it was, but anyway, Vic, it's something, and we got just a couple of minutes, but what you do is something that you really take pride in, I know.
I do. I really enjoy it. I enjoy more talking, especially with the youths. Hoot was talking about that a minute ago, but, that's our next generation coming in is these young boys and girls. And especially when a youngster brings a deer to me, he gets so excited to tell me how the hunt went.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And, that's what means the most to me.
Yeah. Well, you're getting ready to have an 81-year-old youngster bring you one.
You're going to tell me how you did it?
I'm going to tell you all how I did it, how nervous I got and how I was shaking. And my friends.
Well, when you don't get nervous anymore on hunting, you might as well go ahead and quit.
Well, Sammy Bell, I know you're listening this morning. Thank you. You made a memory. Let's take a break. We're going to come back, and it's music time. Get ready, Hoot. Get ready, Shelby. Bring that trumpet out. We'll be right back on Outdoors with Larry Ray.
Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray, brought to you by the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency, B&M Poles, and Ducks Unlimited.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray as we do our annual Christmas show right here on Odyssey family of radio stations this Saturday morning. Good Saturday morning to you folks out in Brownsville on 1520 AM, 95.3 FM. Of course, News Talk 101.5 in Jackson. Of course, right here in the Memphis area on AM 790, 92.9 HD FM from 9 to 10:30 on Saturday mornings. And we've kind of set this aside now on this Christmas show. Frank Barton is now in the studio with us, as he would be as a co-host. And we'll talk to Frank in just a minute. But it's a little music time going on right now. So we're going to play a little music and see what we can get out of this. And Shelby, you've been kind of quiet over there.
Just doing my job.
I'm partial. I'm sorry, Hoot. I played the trumpet for 13 years, or it played me. I'm not sure. Played it in college 1 year. They retired my uniform after I played. Of course, they bought new uniforms the next year, so that was the way mine was retired. And I still have a cornet that my man over there, bandmaster himself, Gene Smith, fixed up for me, and I have my next door neighbor is a professional trumpet player, Shelby. I've told you about him, Adam Robertson, and he can play. Well, let's, Shelby, pull out something. I'm always asking for the House of the Rising Sun, but I can't work that into my Christmas show, I don't think. It doesn't sound right, but you do what you want to do. Yeah. Oh, well, what are y'all? They're conspiring. As they Oh, no. Take it, Shelby. All right. Woo! Whoa! Blown away. That was the reindeer edition of House of the Rising Sun, not by the animals, but by the reindeer. There we go. Oh. together now. Huh? He knows when you've been wanting. You better watch out. You better not cry. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. Yeah, little sleigh bells. Julian in the studio. Had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw him, you would even say it glows. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph join in any Christmas games. Now, where are you going to find a show like that? I mean, we may not be on next week, but we're going to have fun this week. I don't know if that's against the radio rules or not, but we got Shelby and Hoot. That's a new gang that you'll be able to see on the YouTube. That's not YOU, but just YouTube. But anyway, thank you guys. that was pretty cool. And Frank, we hadn't had a chance to talk to you. Give us what's going on. Duck-wise, what are you hearing, Frank? I know you're taking off Christmas. They won't let you hunt Christmas. And I'm going to try to hunt with you after the first of the year, but tell me what's happening so far.
Well, once again, the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission has managed to preserve the Christmas holidays for everybody that duck hunts.
That's right. Is that a
and that means we can't go.
You cannot go. That's right.
You can deer hunt.
You can deer hunt,
but you can't duck hunt. I still haven't figured that one out. So, but we're finishing.
Now that you've got that out, now can you just give us a report? No commentary.
Yeah, we're finishing up. We're finishing up our second season, which will run up and through Monday.
Yes.
And then we're out for 3 days: Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and the day after Christmas.
Yep.
And then when it runs, our third and final season, which is always the best.
Yeah, I hope so.
It'll start up and it runs through the end of January. So.
What's it been like?
Geared up and looking forward, and you're going to be out there with me several times, I know, because you got new waders.
I do have new waders.
And we got to make certain that they don't leak. That's our main job, make certain that your waders do not leak.
Well, I bought them online from a one-legged duck hunter, so I don't know if they leak or not.
But we got a little bit of rain.
Yep.
It's wetter now than it was at the beginning of the year. So I read the Arkansas Game and Fish report here that just came out, and I saw it on your Facebook page. You had put it out there, so it was encouraging, but it doesn't take much to give us encouragement during duck season. So,
I mean,
we're always optimistic.
You're always optimistic, and I've heard that from Frank for we've known each other 20 years, and the optimistic part never fades because the dog work, the camaraderie, and the things that he's doing right now. And, of course, Frank's passion for dogs is part of that.
The dogs get the break. They get to do all the fun stuff now because we've been training with them for 10 months.
Yes.
And now as I tell everybody, it's time to pay for all that dog food I've been buying.
And we got you, Frank. We hadn't talked to you since the Arca Butler Lake Physically Challenged Deer Hunt. What a great event in December, and I know that affects you, Frank, to be down there and know how blessed we are with what we're able to do and what those folks down there did, Frank. Another impression from that for you. We're going to try to get Rob on probably in January to wrap it up, but from your perspective, Frank, you've been down there a lot of times.
It continues to get better. I'd like to say it grows, but we're kind of limited. Well, we can put 33 people out a day.
That's right.
And we're limited there, but it grows where it's easier for them.
Yeah.
To get out there. The food's better.
Yeah, we've talked about the steaks. Now, we've given them a pro.
The steak was outstanding.
The steaks were outstanding, yeah.
And the new bunkhouse for them is much better. And I had some people ask me, say, what's up with the bunk beds?
Yeah.
I mean, how do you have all these physically challenged people in bunk beds? And I said, well, normally they have a helper.
Yeah.
And the helper sleeps in the top bunk.
Oh, I got you. Okay. But all the volunteers, everything. I mean, you were helping get deer out of the woods. You were taking people into the woods. You know.
I looked around. I'm going to estimate that there are 3 volunteers for every hunter.
Wow. Isn't that something? Yeah.
And that goes from, there's people like me that I tell folks I'm just a chauffeur. I just drive them out, and if they shoot something, then I'll try and go help them find it and get it pulled out.
Yeah.
But then you've got the folks that work in the kitchen.
Yeah.
That fix the food, and they're the real heroes because they're up. And they're always doing something.
Yeah.
I mean, they're starting at 3:30 and 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, and they're still going at night too.
And they go nonstop.
Yeah. All volunteers.
All volunteers. And you got folks that come in and clean the deer after it's been shot. The hunter, obviously they can't do that.
Yeah.
But there's all kinds of folks out there. It's one of those things you really need to go to see it and get the appreciation of what all is done for these folks.
And it's always
it's a blessing to me. And you're the reason why I'm doing it because you wrote about it.
Yeah. Many years
ago.
Ago.
For the commercial appeal.
Yeah. This is what, the 25th or 35th? I can't remember how many years now.
33. 33
years. The Arkle Lake Physically Challenged Deer Hunt. Put it on your calendars, folks. Always the first and second weekends in December. And they come from all over. But Frank and I know Ron Wong was down there this year taking pictures. Of course, he was talking about the food. And
we need to get Ron some better shoes.
Yes, you do. I noticed those, but I kept cutting them off when I took the
We went out
pictures.
looking for a deer, and I looked down, and Ron, I'm not going to say they were tennis shoes.
No, but
they were tennis shoes.
They were tennis. Well, bless his heart. Appreciate you, Ron, for what you do. Went down there and took all the pictures. We have those on LarryRay.com, the photographs, and Frank pulling out a deer. Coming out of the woods early and like that, but
I felt it the next day.
I bet you did, yeah. But that is a wonderful event, and we'll talk to Rob Hoff a little bit, probably in January sometime. But let's take a break. We got about 30 minutes to go in what we call what? With the 90 Minutes, an outdoor radio program. Yes. So we're going to come right back and do some more fun. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray, brought to you by the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency, B&M Poles, and Ducks Unlimited.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on this special Christmas show. And before we do, how about a little music with one of your calls there? I like a little. Hoot Hazelgrove is here. He's got 15 calls around his neck. A couple. I don't know how many. Look down those. Well, we got to give us some duck stuff. We need some duck music here right now. All right?
Quack us up.
Quack us up. I don't care. All I want for Christmas about 2 front teeth.
Duck calls? Yeah.
I don't know how you can follow that. Hey, I don't know how you can follow that, but we're going to try to follow that with our good friend Billy Doyle. And, of course, a lot of them, I know the whole name, Billy Ross Doyle. I mean, because me and Billy go back a long time. He was good enough to me when I was a lame duck outdoor editor at the Commercial Appeal. We made friends. I knew his family. Been privileged to hunt on the family land. And as he has to say off the air, I'm in the Hall of Fame and the Hall of Shame. At the farm out there, but
I've seen it.
You've seen it? Okay.
I've seen it on the wall.
Okay, well, so has Mark Rose. Okay, well, a lot of people have. Billy Doyle, Merry Christmas to you, buddy.
Oh, Merry Christmas to you, Larry, and all the guys there. I appreciate you having me on this morning.
Well, it's just good to hear your voice, Billy. You know how many fans? You don't know how many fans you got. Vic has talked about it. I can still remember the tournament we did. Remember, Vic?
Oh, yeah.
Over at Pickwick.
That's a special memory that will always be in my heart.
It was, Billy, wasn't it? I mean, that day, so many people.
Absolutely.
so many people came forward for the cause, and Vic was there, of course. You were there. Your sister was there. All your family was there and everything like that. And Billy has had, let's just tell him, Billy, you've had a little health difficulty. So give us an update on how things are going for you.
Well, my life changed drastically back in 21, and I've had some health issues since. In October of 22, I was found unconscious and in my sleep, and I got flown by a helicopter from Pickwick to Tupelo, Mississippi.
Yeah.
I had aspirated my supper from the night before and filled my lungs full of food. Man. The food had been in my lungs too long, and I got sepsis in my lungs.
Yes.
I got put on a ventilator and stayed on a vent for 14 days. They called the family in and said I wasn't going to survive, but here I am.
Here you are.
Amen.
Yeah.
So God is good.
Amen to that, Billy, because you're a fighter, Billy Doyle. I mean, we know that.
I've had some issues since then. I haven't fully recovered. I'm having some issues with my heart.
Yep.
I've had 3 procedures since this past September.
Yes.
I had the last one December 6th.
Yeah.
And this one seems to be working. So I am getting better and feeling better by the minute and every day. So I'm getting stronger.
Well, when Billy called me, we're trying to do something for a dear friend, and we'll talk about that pretty soon. What Billy's trying to do, which is a great deal, to recognize one of the Mid-South's premier persons when it comes to bass fishing. We're not going to mention the name right now, but we're going to try to get that man in the Hall of Fame, the Bass Fishing Hall of Fame. And Billy called me, and it was so good to hear from Billy and knowing Vic, how close he is to it. And so, Billy, we kind of added another guest to this show today because this guy that's on the line with us right now is pretty close to you. And I'll let him introduce himself to you. How about it?
Hey, everybody. This is David Best from Primary Tackle.
Hey, David.
How close are you?
How y'all doing?
How close are you and Billy?
I've known Billy for, I don't know, a long time now, from the old Buck and Bass days to now.
Yes. Yeah.
I've been in the boat with the man many and many a time. Everybody knows I love Billy.
Yes. And I said, we got to get David on. We got Billy on. We got Vic in the room. We got probably 3 of the best friends here right now, and 3 of the guys that have made Mid-South fishing what it is. No one knows the Ghost River like Billy Doyle.
Agreed.
I mean, he is the man for that.
Absolutely.
No one knows the crawl cane. When you think of that, that's Billy. And what Billy has touched so many lives. And I know that, Billy, your friendship, buddy, has kept you going, hasn't it? I mean,
yes, it has.
You don't know how many friends you got, Billy, until it happens, right?
I know. I'm so appreciative of all the support. I'm so appreciative of all the prayers that people have given to me.
Yeah.
My phone calls, the messages, the text messages. It's just been it's very overwhelming.
Well, that's why I thought we've been having a lot of fun and games here. I'm not trying to get serious, but I just wanted Billy to know that everybody in this room has lifted you up in our prayers and have been, Billy. And we wanted to put that Christmas touch on you, Billy.
Well, I appreciate that. I feel it.
And you're going to feel it. And David, I know that from your dealings with Primary Tackle and S.Y. Wilson out there in Arlington. And you probably know the crawl cane and all of Billy's stuff better than anybody when it comes to the industry rise, right, David? I mean.
Yeah, we sell a ton of it, and it still amazes me to this day the number of people when I go do shows all over the country, and I'll put that out there, and there's gonna be 5, 6, 8, 10 people every show, no matter where we go, that's gonna know crawl cane and know it from somewhere. And I fished with Billy at this place in a bass event, or I bet him somewhere.
Yeah, and
it's just crazy to me how widespread it really is.
And Vic, from your point, I know Vic loves to fish and does it the same. What about Billy? What kind of fisherman is Billy? We got him now on the line here, Vic. Yeah.
Words can't describe how good of a fisherman Billy Ross Doyle is.
Yes.
He's taught me a lot of things. I thought I knew a lot of things.
Yeah.
He's taught me a lot of things, and I think that he deserves to be in the Fisherman Hall of Fame.
I do too. Yeah, and that's why we would turn that around, Billy. I know you're asking for somebody else, but when you called me, I said, hey, man, there's another person that needs to be in this too.
Well, if anybody out there,
I appreciate that. I don't know that I'm qualified for that, but
you're qualified in our books,
bass fishing for a very long time.
Well, a lot of y'all out there that in the fishing world that keeps up with any tournaments and stuff,
yeah,
they've heard of a man named Mark Rose.
Yes, they have. Yeah.
Well, Mark Rose, in my opinion, would not be where he is now if it was not for Billy Doyle.
There you go. All right.
Billy taught that man a lot about bass fishing growing up.
And I think he would agree with that, right,
Absolutely.
David? Right, David?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, Billy, we wanted to lift you up, and when you called me, it made my day to hear your voice. I mean, everybody's got a distinctive voice. You know, I can't disguise my voice. I could try, but it is who I am. And when Billy called, I said, uh-oh, I hope this is good. You know, when I heard his voice, I say, it's good. You know, I mean, simply.
Billy's voice is a lot better right now.
That's what I know.
It was a couple of weeks ago.
That's what I'm saying.
I talk to him every day.
Yeah, David's been keeping us posted, Billy, on you. And I ask David every time, and David's on this show at least once a month with our fishing report. And I'm asking, and then when I get that call from you, and it says Billy Ross Doyle pops on my phone, I said, man, do I want to answer this or not?
You thought he was inviting you out to go deer hunting.
No. He's taught me a lot about that. He's helped me drag some deer out. Okay, I mean, we know that. But, Billy, God bless you, buddy, and a Merry Christmas to you. And
Merry Christmas to y'all. I appreciate this opportunity. I appreciate your thoughts and prayers.
Yeah, I'll be out there and hunt here in just a couple of minutes.
Yeah, he's coming. Vic's coming, Billy.
I told him that, you know, I'd give up my early morning deer hunt to come out there and hunt with Billy Doyle later on in the afternoon.
There you go, Billy. And I guess we got to throw in David in there. David, you guys are open Saturday, right? A lot of specials, right, David?
Of course we are. It's going to be one of the busiest days of the year for us.
Yeah.
I'm just getting prepped up and ready for this morning, and then we're getting my coffee going and a little breakfast and getting ready for a long day.
All right. Is the Grinch out there yet? No, Andy's here.
No,
Andy's here. I'm sorry. Yeah. Andy's coming out with his Bucky's hat on. Look for him. Won't be able to.
There you go.
He'll see him. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Billy.
Thank you.
All right,
see you, David.
All right, Larry. Thank you.
Thank you, buddy.
Merry Christmas.
I'll get back with you, Billy. Merry Christmas to you guys, too.
All right, Merry Christmas. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. You know, I mean, when Billy called, I really didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was somebody calling for him or what it was, you know, but he's the man. Okay. All right. How about it, Hoot? How much time we got left in this segment? Because we got about 3 minutes. We're running out of the repertoire, but nobody can remember what you played earlier, so it doesn't make any difference. Okay, I mean we're getting closing it down. All right. How about it, Shelby? Ho ho ho! Who wouldn't know? There you go. And yes.
Born on Christmas Day. That's all right. That was good.
That was good, yeah. Take a break on Outdoors with Larry Ray. We'll be right back and close out this special Christmas show.
Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray, brought to you by the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency, B&M Poles, and Ducks Unlimited.
A good Saturday morning as we come back to Outdoors with Larry Ray and on this special Christmas show. And, man, it's meant a lot to me. I appreciate all these people in the room, all of our guests on the phone, but we try to make this a special show every year. And I'm going to go around the room here real quickly. And Guy, you're going to be in Atlanta. Tell the listeners where you're going to be in Atlanta. See your who? Where are you going to be?
I'm going to be in Atlanta with my daughter, my youngest daughter.
Okay.
And her family.
All right. So
two of my grandchildren.
That'll be great.
It'll
Atlanta,
be fantastic. I'm looking forward.
All right, Vic, what you got going? You got to work Christmas?
Well, no, not anymore. All of my kids are grown now.
Yeah.
But I just want everybody to remember the reason for the season.
Yeah, there you go, Vic. Yeah, thank you, buddy.
And if y'all need any Euro mounts done, Bones and Camo, 901-488-7064, or you can get in touch with Larry Ray, and he can get you in touch with me.
I sure can, and I know that Vic has been good about anytime I needed help, I'd go to Vic, and then, of course, Andy, we made fun a lot of times. We've had some great times together, Andy Tweed.
Absolutely, we have.
You've come out of the woods with me before and everything like that, but this may probably, we want to wish you success, you and your family with Hutch.
Well, thank you.
And your career with the TWRA. We've probably spent more time together in the last month than we have the other 31 years.
We have.
But
yes.
I always had it when the manatees were here and the alligators and things along that line.
You got it.
But Christmas for you this year, you've already been to East Tennessee, see your mom.
Yep. I'll be right here and spending it with the family here.
That's great.
And, working the last bit of deer season and duck season. And do want to say real quick that we are kind of on the downward side of a little avian flu outbreak.
Yes.
So tell your people in radio land,
Yeah.
don't be picking these birds up. It is, I talked to the state veterinarian, and he says this strain of avian flu is transmittable to people, and it is making them sick. So don't pick up these sick-looking ducks and geese and stuff.
Same way in Arkansas. We posted on that. Thank you, Andy.
One thing I wanted to say real quick,
What?
Larry, I wanted to thank Andy Tweed. A lot of people don't know this, but when that big flood came through in East Tennessee, guess who was out there helping?
Well,
that man right there.
Yeah.
So my hat's off to him.
He's got some ties over in Johnson City. We know that for a fact. Okay, come on up here, Frank. Frank, you're
what do you want to know again?
I just want to know what a good friend you are, Frank. Wish you and your family a Merry Christmas. I appreciate your friendship and everything, and we poke fun at each other. But he comes all the way from out of state to come here on the third Saturday of each month.
It really isn't that far, Larry. It makes a big deal out of it.
It makes a big deal.
I do it every day, just about. Larry, it's been a blessing for me to be, involved in this. I get to meet lots of good people, and I get folks ask me, "You do a radio show?" And I said, "Well, I just kind of show up every now and then." So, but I hope everybody has a wonderful holiday season. I know I will with my family, and I'll get to do a lot more duck hunting with my grandson over the next few days, and that's always a big deal. And so I'm looking forward to it. And Merry Christmas, everybody.
All right, Frank. All right, and then we're going to get to Hoot in just a second here, but Gene.
Yes, sir.
You are the man, Gene Smith, that's been me since we started. Don't get crying now. I mean, let's don't get emotional.
All right,
But it's a special to see you in the studio. Thank you, Andy. Gene has had eye problems.
Yeah, I was blind for 3 months.
For 3 months, he couldn't see. You should have seen him getting here. He went to the wrong studio 3 times. No.
But I got a raise.
No, yeah, but he's the pun master. The man serves at Leewood Baptist Church. They wouldn't open the doors without Joseph Gene Smith. Thank you, Gene, for all your stuff.
Yeah, this year has been a blessing to me. I got Lifetime Achievement Award for the amateur sportsman.
Yeah.
I mean, put in the Hall of Fame.
Memphis Amateur Sports Hall of Fame.
Then Mid-South Quail Forever give me a Lifetime Achievement Award.
There you go.
And I've been really blessed with those kids. I did a program the other day, had 65 kids. I was in hog heaven.
Hog Heaven. I'm always in Hog
I'm
Heaven.
telling
I'm a
you.
Razorback fan.
But
So,
we all love the show, and we all love you too, Larry.
Well,
you do a lot.
Thank you. All right, let's get Hoot. Step in over the mic for Hoot. Hoot, I know Christmas is special for you and Diesel and all that you do and the Walmarts that you show up at and the kids that you show up and you being in the band, in the Marine band, right?
Correct.
For that time, your service. And when I sent the email to Hoot, I said, I don't know what Hoot's doing. I know he's going to be hunting because I see it on Facebook. He and Diesel, they go everywhere. I appreciate your friendship, Hoot, on this show for this short time we've known each other.
Well, you know something? A lot of times people might think this is a cliche or something like that.
Yeah.
Take a kid hunting or fishing.
That's right, yeah.
It's not a cliche.
That's right, no.
Just like there's different generations in this studio.
There is, that's right.
Big time.
Yeah.
The biggest generation is just now entering first grade next year.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's the way I see it.
And you just talked a little while ago about Hatchie and Hardeman County and how you have been to events where just a few people had their hands up.
Correct.
And now we're seeing.
And the biggest thing, I think, is that the parents or guardians or whoever are actually now getting involved.
Yes.
That's a biggie.
Yeah.
I mean, I have an open duck blind.
You do, I know.
Well, not.
I'm not open. I mean, you drive by and you stick your head in.
I have 3 duck blinds.
Yeah.
Every year, every 2 years, I do the presentations and everything. The middle school students write an essay. They're not graded on it.
Yeah.
I have a group, first time ever that I know of only women hunters. They called themselves Hoot's Honeys.
Hoot's Honeys.
They grade the essays themselves and pick the winner out of each class or school.
Yeah.
And the first youth hunt, which is the first Saturday in February,
yeah,
closest to the first Saturday in January.
Right. Yeah.
That's all for those kids.
All for those kids.
We have the stove fully going in the duck blind, hot chocolate, cinnamon rolls, sausage and egg, you name it. We flipping something.
Yeah.
And I tell you, during the spring, I don't have none of this stuff.
No, you don't.
So I might find a spare biscuit or something for the duck hunt.
He's pulling on his beard, folks, for the radio land.
I just went to Walmart yesterday, and it was 2 small kids.
Yeah.
And an older lady.
Yeah.
And the kids froze in the hall in the aisle of Walmart and looked at me. Grandmama, he was at our school.
There you
and
go.
I'm thinking, well, I don't have an ink pen. I don't do autographs. I mean, yes. But no, it means the world to me to keep it going on.
Well, we appreciate.
We're planting the seed. I don't care how old you are, or what you do.
Well, we're planting.
We are the seed planters.
We're hoping we plant seeds on this show, Hoot. Thank you, buddy. And then we're going to use that title before you sit down. And she's never been on the air before. Get up here, Miriam. Come on, get up here. You want to say something? Oh, yeah. 59 years with me. Tell them what it's really like.
I can't tell that, Larry. No, it's been great. Larry's a wonderful person, and I've told many people many times that if we ever get a divorce, you'll know it was my fault.
Okay.
Because he never gets gotten mad at me in all of our 59 years. I never could remember a time. And he's very loving, so thank you.
All right, appreciate you. And 59 years. Everybody asks me how many women have you had in that 59 years? No, it's the same one. But she was a deer hunter before I was. She's a home economics major. She knows to cook. I weighed 111 pounds when we married. I'm up to 150 now. So she's put it on me. I'm all muscles when it comes to it. And last but not least, you have to say something, Shelby. What have you learned in being the producer of this show?
A lot of things, really, Larry. But I do want to thank you because you are the reason why I got bit by the radio bug and have been in radio for almost about 10 years now.
Yeah.
And it's the knowledge and experience you've given me that helped me start up a new radio station here in Memphis.
Yes.
And we couldn't have done it without you. So thank you so much, Larry.
Thank you, Shelby. All right. Well, I know all of y'all, thank you for the memories. We're in the memory-making business. That's what I tell everybody, and I'm looking forward to 2025. Y'all know I got a good cancer report, so I'm going to be around for a little while, I guess, if everything works all right. But I was just trying to outlast Andy Tweed, and I seemed like I might make it if the Lord willing, we'll decide on that. But thank you for all in the room. Mayor made brownies. I hope y'all
Awesome.
had a chance to eat some of her brownies and things like Dennis Fuller popped in, Brad Carson popped in. They didn't pop in to see us. They popped in to see the brownies that she made for y'all. And she's been cooking the last 3 days, I think. We've been on church parties and all those different kind of things. And I said, can you make some brownies for the radio show? Yeah, I guess so. No, she was very enthused about it and did it for you guys, and appreciate all y'all in the room. So I don't think we're about 3 minutes out from closing up another show. And next week we will have the best of Outdoors for Larry Ray for 2024. And I have found a story. A friend of mine, Jim Bishop, you probably listening, he found a story that I wrote back in 2017 in the Commercial Appeal. And it's a story about my 50 years of writing and my top 10 stories that I wrote. And the lead story is the picture of me with Ted Nugent. And everybody, when I wrote that, everybody said, well, that's two different people, Ted Nugent and Larry Ray. You know, I was inviting him to church, and he was inviting me to the concert and things. But anyway, Guy's going to try to post that and get that on the website, Guy. See what you can do for that. But you know what I always say, it doesn't cost an extra cent to be a good sport. And people ask me, where did I get that? From the old sports writer Benny Craig in Little Rock, the colonial bread man. When he did the Arkansas Traveler baseball games, he'd always close with, it doesn't cost an extra cent to be a good sport. And we always close this with God Bless America. But I'd like to close it today with my man Hoot over there. Close us out with a Christmas song. Merry Christmas to all you folks in here. We're going to post some pictures and get it on Facebook, and so you'll actually know what these people look like and not the ones that I ran. Okay, they look different. But anyway, God bless all of y'all. God bless the USA. Hoot, close us out here.